have Enigma, who can still be a bit of a nuisance just because he can disable you for so long, like between Malefice and Black Hole, of course, and you have Midnight Pulse on top of that. And then you also have the Gyrocopter, who could potentially go Silver Edge, which actually just demolishes Husker. So for instance, if you get ulted, if he life breaks you,
if we see that coming,
and then you Silver Edge him, he loses all his attack speed, he loses all his magic resistance, and he flops over. It's actually like the best item in the game against Husker.
It is indeed. If they opt for that, it's, I don't know. I mean, we ourselves, we saw it was Era Husker recently. And I believe it was against the Gyrocopter in that game, and we were always saying about the fact, well,
it was against Empire.
Yeah, if Silent obviously gets the Silver Edge, and he never did. He never did get it, and they lost the game. The Husker was incredibly dominant, so we'll see if Wanzhou able to pull something similar out the bag. And the final bans from each side, taking the Shadow Fiend away from the side of Wanzhou and banning the Axe away from Old Boys. Obviously, Old Boys draft looks like they do still need that solo lane hero, and we're interested to see what they go for here. I mean, so the Enigma, why do you think they've gone for that this game?
Well, they see Clockwork, Shadow Demon, Nyx. Like, Shadow Demon, Nyx, Roam is, like, pretty terrible. So I think that Wanzhou are going to have a difficult time punishing the greed of Old Boys, because you have, like, Disruptor as a support, and then you have Gyro safe lane. So that lane's already very strong, which means that you're not going to want to try to send, I think, multiple heroes to the offlane in general. Because what, you go against, like, double ranged with a Shadow Demon and then double melee? Like, that sounds pretty mediocre. Like, maybe what they do is they aggro trailing with Shadow Demon, Nyx, Husker, and they try to put the Clockwork 1v1 against whatever Old Boys pick. But if they do that, Old Boys have an opportunity to pick something in lane that actually functions well against the Clock, which we will see very soon if that's going to be the case. But Wanzhou have a couple of options. They're going to go with the Invoker again.
Okay, so I guess it is going to probably be the support Lesh and then maybe the solo lane Enigma?
They could go aggro with this, to be honest. Like Gyro, Disruptor, Leshrac. You could go aggro with that, or you could still play it greedy and try to go Enigma jungle on top of that. But now Husker, or no, excuse me, Templar Assassin taken here from Wanzhou. So that's going to be their mid. They're just going to put it up straight, I think, against the...
Let's have a look what we've got coming out in terms of lanes as we get ourselves into this game. Of course, the second game of this two-game series between Tongfu Wanzhou and Tongfu Old Boys. And, well, as we were saying, the first game was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys managed to catch that one. We hope we can bring you a lot more action here with the second game in the series. With myself, ODPixel, of course, and Draskell. And indeed, shout out to Pimp Muckle. And also our stats guy, who I didn't manage to read the name of.
OPQ stats.
But he's a legend. There we go. There we go. Draskell's a little bit of a faster reader than myself. And,
I didn't even have my glasses on.
Maybe I need glasses.
Maybe you do.
Maybe I do. Here we go, into the lanes. What are we seeing? Well, they're going to go for this bottom rune. At the moment, they are just sending, of course, the solo lane Clockwork. And it does look like, indeed, it is going to be the safe lane Huskar, supported up by the Nyx and the Shadow Demon with the TA in the mid lane. So TA obviously picked up to go against the Invoker. TA pretty good against an Invoker in lane?
Oh, absolutely. TA is one of the hardest heroes for Invoker to deal with. Talk about an extreme base damage difference. Like, 58 base damage on this TA with only +2 stats. And a full null on the Invoker, he hits for 47. So there's an 11 base damage difference when the TA has spent significantly less on getting her damage up in the beginning of the game. Not only that, but you have to also account for Refraction, which at level 1 adds 20. So it's a very, very large difference. I think YYF will struggle a tiny bit here in the lane. But I do think that Old Boys tri-lane should do very well. Husker at level 1 through like 5 is not really that good unless you can't burst him. And they have Gyro, Disruptor, Lesh. They have good disable. They also have the ability to glimpse any supports that are out of position to go in for a kill. And Gyro's damage is insane if you can isolate a hero.
Indeed, and obviously that leaves the final lane for the side of Old Boys. It is going to be that solo safe lane Enigma. So dealing with a Clockwork, how do we expect to see that matchup pan out?
Enigma should win pretty easily. Enigma wins against a lot of things, actually. It's just very rare to see it in the lane because it can get so much out of the jungle comparative to most other heroes.
And interesting to see this Clockwork coming to lane with double mangoes.
I mean, I guess it's not terrible. You get the regen, right? Yeah, you do. So he has 3 health regen, and he has tangos on top of that. So he's probably just looking to play a more passive lane, just soak the EXP. I do think that DD will get the majority of the farm in this matchup.
Indeed, in bottom lane, as you said, we'll see how aggressive the side of Old Boys can be here. And they will be able to deal with the sentry straight away from the side of Wanzhou. And we'll see how much farm this Gyro gets up against the Husker. Obviously, the Husker laying him with the spears. There's going to be a disruption as well.
Whoa.
What? That was
way early.
Yeah, that was a little bit off the mark there from Saraka. And
still, though, it's a lot of damage dealt.
It is.
The regen in the lane isn't really that high. So Zhou has one set of tangos. Long DD only has one. And A20, okay, he has a style at least. So the supports are bringing a little bit more regen to the lane than I thought. But sometimes those trades, even if you don't get a kill, can greatly benefit the trail end of one Zhou.
Oh, they're just going to throw out the old stun here from 820 on this Lesh. And they're not going to follow up the DDR. Maybe looking to see if he can get a disruption onto someone. They do have the stun available again on the Nyx Assassin if they want to go for round 2. And Zhou is sitting out half health for the moment. They do indeed have no vision here on the other side of the tree line, the side of Old Boys. So they don't know where DDR is if he's trying to look for some kind of way to get in. Now they're going to come around. They're going to spot him out here. Zhou just eats down a tree and tangos himself right up. Top lane, how are we seeing the clock do against the Enigma? Is he being a bit of an issue? Or 7 for 0, 6 for 5. So indeed, as you said, Enigma having the superior time in this lane.
He's got a few more denies. And of course, you have to account for the fact that he can just make things out of his own creeps if he needs to. And also, he's tanking under the tower right here. So I think, no, the Poe was blocked. So he just ended up getting double waved, which is why he was behind in CS in the first place. But he will very quickly catch up and overtake the clock, I assume.
Okay, I mean, so the Husker, why do you feel it was picked in this game? What is there that makes this the perfect game for a ZX Bingo Husker?
It's not necessarily the perfect game, but it's not bad. Like, I think they were maybe assuming that the Let's Shrek would be a core in some capacity, because they, like, 4th or 5th picked Invoker, right? So, with that being said, it's very easy to discern that it's going to be a core or Lesh, and then if you wanted to run Husker against it, then it would be very strong, right? Because everyone on the team would essentially deal magical damage, except for the Gyro late game, and then the Enigma, who deals pure damage with his Midnight Pulse, and then he has Black Hole, which is magical damage, but it also disables you, which is still good against Husker.
I think interesting to note as well, obviously looking at the mid lane at the moment, YYF against the TA, they're bang on in terms of CS, so...
Yeah, this is impressive from YYF that he's managing to stay this consistent in terms of creep kills against a TA. Now, when the TA gets higher level, since this is a 2 Quas Invoker, his base damage will fall even farther behind. And I think it will become more difficult for him.
Oh, bottom lane with the soul catch onto Zhou, and with the right clicks from the Husker. And do bring him low, but he's going to be able to tango up. They want to go back in here with a glimpse of the Nyx Assassin. There's going to be a defensive disruption there, protecting the Nyx from the Lightning Storm coming in from 820. It looks like neither side will go down here on the bottom lane still. A very different game to what we saw in the first one. I think we're about 4 minutes in and there's been about 6 kills so far this game. And much more, well, not necessarily passive, but there's nothing really coming of the aggression each time in these early little skirmishes.
It makes more sense, though, for there not to be too much going on, because even though the tri-lane has potential to kill, both teams are content to farm, and I think Old Boys are maybe even more content, as now Zhou out of position here.
Yeah, they want to go for round 2. This time they do get the disruption. They're going to look for the stun, but again, the stun is early.
Sayaka, please.
Ooh. I mean, these are potentially 2 kills that have gone down the pan. If that stun had connected the first time, I think that would have been first, but...
That was 2 first bloods missed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the pressure getting to him or what, but you got to step up the game, man. There's no, like... Here's the thing. I would understand maybe if you were unfamiliar with Nyx landing a stun, just like a normal stun. But if you have a disruption, everyone plays Shadow Demon. You have to know that timing. Like, it's just something that you need to have just ingrained into your mind. So he needs to make sure he doesn't do that again.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird one, that, coming out from Wanzhou. And
this clock is actually doing very well.
He is at the moment, isn't he? He's getting the levels, he's getting the XP in. Oh, once he gets that...
Oh, that's why. He's maxing Flare. Okay.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so he's not going for the solo kill potential. He's just going to make sure that he can farm the lane, which I think is actually a very good choice against that matchup. Otherwise, like, even if you have battery, he can just make Eidolons at any point if he has creeps near him, and then all of a sudden you just can't kill him with battery ever, because the creeps eat a majority of the damage from it.
Yeah, well, bottom lane, how are we seeing the action progress? So far, the CS for either side, Zhou, he's on 20 for 5, compared to Husker 12 for 2, so... Even though the aggressive tri-lane isn't finding kills, it's doing a good job at securing a fair bit of farm here for the Gyrocopter.
It's keeping his farm down on the Husker, and it's also keeping his level down. Levels on Husker are so important because Berserker's Blood is a ridiculous passive. The bonus resistance and the attack speed that he would normally get if he happened to have a lane that was easier for him, that can mean all the difference in the world in going for your solo kills.
Mid lane, we've actually seen the Invoker back up and clear up some of the camps here. At the same time, we could have seen more aggression here on the bottom lane. This time, the stun will connect, and it will be enough there to find the first blood. DDR being able to claim that one for the side of Wanzhou. So, third time lucky there from Saraka with the stun.
Thank goodness, because that could have actually been their 3rd kill instead of their 1st kill.
It could have been. It could have been.
So every time you just got to add the +2, you know? But still, a very, very nice start here from Wanzhou, able to get that kill. Now, the Husker is still really not farming anything. Oh, Joe.
Oh, they do just have enough mana here for the disruption. The stun does connect. Can they go for a little bit of action here? The stun from 820 into DDR. They're looking for the YYF Sunstrike. It won't connect. Joe will just actually find the kill of the Shadow Demon. They lost the Leshrac on the side of Old Boy. So it's a 1-for-1 trade so far. ZX Bingo, he's low, but he's a Husker. He loves it. Saraka as well, helping him chase down this Disruptor. One more Burning Spear should do the job. Can he get it? No, he can't. Maybe he's going to tick out anyway. No, he doesn't quite tick out. He's going to turn his attentions to Joe here on the Gyrocopter. Maybe they can look for him instead. And yeah, with 3 heroes on the side of Wanzhou, there's nowhere for for Zhou to run. The battery assault damage isn't great, of course, at level 1, but the mini stuns are all that's needed to hold him in place and take him down. And where's your rocket flare? Let's have it. Is he going to go for it? Come on, Zinkit. Come on. Yeah, oh, he's not going for the play for the time.
I don't know. He could still fire it.
He could.
But look at the path that Long DD is taking. He's just like
taking the scenic route.
He's running in the most... Oh my god, it's... Yeah, okay, never mind. That was the observer. I thought somebody was drawing it on the map from one of the teams. I was like, how could they even know that? But yeah. Still, very nice start here from Wanzhou. 3 kills up now, or 2 kills.
And but now with the fact that the clock did, of course, rotate to bottom, Zhou's come to top, and with 820 and DD, they'll look to pressure the tower here. Blair flying through, and now the TP's come in. Oh, the hook shot! Oh, it doesn't catch DD. It will get the Leshrac with the stun from the Nyx Assassin. Oh, they do finally bring
that glimpse actually saved the clockwork, by the way.
It did, yes. Yeah. It got him out of there, and Tongfu still got the kill here. They do get the tower, though, but still, Old Boys not having a great game this time, and compared to what we saw from them in Game 1. 4-for-1 at the moment, favoring the side of Wanzhou. And oh,
they're still farming well.
They are. Yeah, if we look at the CS at the moment, we can see, I mean, top of the board, the TA equal with the Enigma, but straight after that, the fact that both the Invoker and the Gyro are ahead of the rest of the side of Wanzhou.
I feel they made the right call moving out of that tri-lane as well. Like, if you look at the farm, yeah, they were still kind of keeping the Husker down, but Zex Bingo, he managed to get level 6 now at the 8-minute mark, and that was against tri-lane versus tri-lane.
He's very far out here. He's going to back up. His spider senses are tingling. And also, Ak and DD, they're going to smoke up and look for some action elsewhere. And the question is, where do they head? Are they going to go into the jungle and try and find out that Invoker who has left the lane for the past minute or so? And, well, YYF is indeed there. He's going to head down back to the mid lane, the safe way around, or is it here? Sark and DD, they want to go for this. They've got the TA in straight in here with the trap slow. They find the disruption in the soul catcher as well. And now the stun. Oh, here comes your black hole. Very nice onto Sayak. Oh, it's on all 2 of them. They found 1 kill. Can they find Sayak as well? No, he turns around with the burn. And now Zhou's come in with the Gyrocopter. Will clean out the Shadow Demon. But a very nice black hole there, setting up for some very tasty return kills for the side of Old Boys.
That was a very nicely placed shift key black hole coming out from DD. Like, that was instant. Like, he was there, and it felt like he was already black holing before the TP even ended. And the Sunstrike on top of it. Good by YYF. Just good awareness overall. Communication and stuff, you know. It's a team thing. Alright, this Enigma doesn't care about Husker at all. He's going to walk down there and just hit him.
And DD is just chasing him down here with the illusions. And there's been a TP into the bottom lane by the Shadow Demon, so helping out. In mid lane, we might see some aggression as both sides. There's YYF and 820 here. TA being backed up by the clock, and clock does have that hook shot yet again available. It doesn't look like he wants to go for the play as of yet. Keeps himself safe and sound. But 10 minutes in, 5 for 3, favouring the side of Wanzhou. And farm-wise, as you said, though, looking a little bit better for Old Boys. And of course, the fact that they do have that Enigma jungle, who's been doing very well, and did manage to find his involvement there in a tasty bit of action for the side. Husker at the moment working towards his armlet and Enigma. I mean, does he go... What would you expect item-wise from him in this game? Does he just look for the straight-up Blink Dagger, or would you expect to see the mech come out first?
I don't know. I think mech is actually still very good, even though Mataburn can really screw you over with this build. Yeah. So you get like extra stats. You're stuck on Intreads for some reason, like maybe you get into a team fight.
They want to go for this one. Long DD, he's got the glimpse, but the help from the high ground is going to be hard to get off. And now there, he finally gets it off. And now the rotation for the Leshrac. Can they actually get him? He's actually glimpsed the TA closer to YYF, but it's all right. YYF will be able to get himself out. Now with the Lightning Storm slow onto the TA, the Kinetic Field gets dropped as well. There's a Sunstrike as well coming down onto him. Brings him low. They do find it with the help of the cooldown from Jar, and Zhou, off the back of that ultimate, gets himself a double kill. Now, can they find anything more here? They're not going to be able to get out to ZQ as well. But all in all, very nice play there from Old Boys in the mid lane.
Yeah, they used the glimpse so they couldn't go for the bonus kill on top of that, but like you said, taking out the mid, taking out one of the supports, going to get some damage on this tier 1 tower mid. They don't have Black Hole, so I don't know how hard they want to commit to this. A20 is like almost dead and out of mana. So yeah, I think they're just going to go ahead and bail. And Clockwork not having hook means that there's not going to be any return kills, as long as he just casually TPs home. So all in all, nice trade there from the old boys, not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Well, Jinkyu on this Clockwork, he's saving up his money. He's got 1,600 on the guy at the moment. Obviously, we saw him go for the Midas in the last game. I mean, does he go for the Midas again in this game? Or was that only because of that very kind of peculiar position he found himself in getting a triple kill earlier?
You're talking about Midas on mid?
On the clock.
On the clock. No, I don't think he'll go for Midas again. I mean, when you just have 2,600 gold in your inventory, it's very common to be able to go for that kind of item because you just say to yourself, if we can just delay the game for a bit, we can make a comeback, and the Midas will make sure that even if I don't get any kills and I'm not farming, my item progression stays stagnant, or not stagnant, it stays, you keep getting stuff. Otherwise, it will stagnate, and then you'll have a situation where you just fall off because maybe you had 1 or 2 bad team fights. Because Clock has a tendency to die in engagements.
Yeah.
So even if you have like a really good trade, you might be dead before any of the other heroes die, in which case you don't get as much. So.
Oh, well, top lane Joe just playing it careful here. And, well, the rest of his team, they want to go and find someone out, and they do indeed find the TA with the glimpse. They're heading for the drop down, essentially. There's a Sun Strike coming in as well. YYF will be able to claim himself that kill. But again, a very tasty pick off for the side of Old Boys, finding the TA and punishing her. And, well, so far Invoker has the Midas. And what's he got coming out in the courier as well? Oh, well, actually, we'll hold that fort. But his bottom lane, they're going to go in onto Zhou here. And, oh, this Gyrocopter's got nowhere to run. We'll throw it on the cooldown. DD coming in, see if he can find some action. But, well, now with the Berserker's Blood and the life as well, he's going to be fine, this Huskar. 820 coming in. He's found the Lightning Storm low, and the Sunstrike comes through. That pure damage would have done it.
Oh,
but he's going back in. Oh, there's going to be a black hole. Can they actually kill this Huskar though? 820 coming in with the right clicks. They will find the kill. So the black hole there securing the kill onto the Huskar. Very nice for the side of Old Boys.
Now they're going to do a little bit of damage here to YYF mid.
Oh, there comes your hook chime from ZinQ. And oh, the damage from this TA far too much for the Invoker to face up against face to face. And 7-7. This is a very, very close game.
Now, I got to say, I'm very impressed with Wanzhou to have a loss like that in the first game and then be able to bounce back so effortlessly. And the Husker seems to be kind of working out. I mean, having Armlet and Urn already, almost level 9 at 13 minutes, not too bad. I think it's going to be very difficult for Old Boys to deal with him for a little while. They do have an Exort Invoker though. That's one thing to always keep in mind, is Exort Invoker actually does very well against Husker for pure damage, and the fact that they also have the Forward Spirits and Cold Snap, because that just like auto-disables Husker for like 5-6 seconds.
It does indeed, and I mean, off that kind of note, I mean, what would you expect to see come out from the Huskar on top of the Armlet? I mean, does he need to go for a BKB this game?
I think it's definitely on the menu. I'm not sure if he buys it right after Armlet. Like maybe he finishes up. I know a lot of Huskers go Guardian Greaves. It's also common to see like Treads and Lifesteal and then BKB. It just kind of depends on what he feels he needs at any given time. I mean, they don't have a mech carrier, right? No one is buying a mech. They have Arcanes already on the Nyx.
Ooh, Zerka going in here with a Vendetta, but the stun doesn't catch anyone. There's going to be a... Well, Huskar goes straight in, but oh, hello. He turns himself around, and the Malefice holding him in place. There's going to be a defensive disruption, saving him for the time being. Does ZX Bingo get himself out of it? He doesn't. He does go down. We see the TA trying to find a kill in return, but looks like he's going to lose his life as well, and the Nyx actually goes down amidst that all as well. 3 heroes going down on the side of Wanzhou. Make that 4. The Clockwork gets caught out as well, and suddenly, Old Boys turn up to the fight in full force, and the side of Wanzhou, they just don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, I actually had to watch the preview screen for that because my in-game is lagging so badly that they haven't even... Well, they just killed the tower. I guess it's caught up now. But very nice coming out from Old Boys. Their push potential is insane.
Yeah.
Like they have Edict, they have Enigma. They're going to have a lot of sustain if he decides to go for the mech as well. Seems very difficult right now for Wanzhou to find an engagement where like their TA needs to be able to go into a fight without getting like rocket barraged or Edict cast on him. Even Static Storm can be a big nuisance because your refraction just goes away so quickly. Like you're not really able to sit in the fight and hit anyone. You have to get in, get a kill, and then somehow get out, which is increasingly difficult against a team with a Disruptor.
I mean, after that as well, for the side of Old Boys, they've got some incredibly rich people on the side. If we look at the Enigma, 6.7k at the moment, as he's got enough to easily finish off his mechanism. And then look even further as well. Yeah, he's got 2.2k gold in the bank on DD at the moment. So, I mean, the fact that he's been able to involve himself in all this action, 3 kills, 4 assists at the moment on this Enigma. This has been some pretty nice play here from DD.
Yeah, I was very impressed both games. He seemed to have a really good performance. His farm rate is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, he's 304, and he still managed to get, what, 90 CS? He's the highest, yeah, 16 minutes, 90 CS. So he's continued to surprise. And after the mech, I wonder if he just goes straight BKB. I think against Nyx, it's extremely good.
Hook shot in onto YYF from Sayaka. Vendetta's up. They'll be able to have the burst damage to bring down the Invoker. Nothing that the side of Old Boys can do in reaction to that. But indeed, yeah, the fact that Enigma's obviously gone for that straight up Blink Dagger, and we'll look to finish off the recipe for the Mechanism probably next. And then as you said, going for BKB, because as for cancelling the Black Hole through the BKB, they've got a hook shot, and that's it.
Yeah. So it kind of puts a lot of pressure on the Clockwork. Like, Xingqiu is going to have to be watching out for that all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a positional item, so he doesn't have like Force Staff or Blink, which means if there's like conversions or any hero standing in the way, the Black Hole could just get a full channel off, and he's even opted to finish up Treads first. So it's going to be even longer before he gets any of those items. And the Might is still coming out. I think it's, again, it's not too bad. Maybe it's just a preference thing. He really enjoys not having to be under-farmed on Clock, the hero who oftentimes is the martyr for all of our sins. He just has to die so everyone else can live. It's not too bad of a choice, I feel.
I mean, as we saw, it worked out to an extent in the first game. He was arguably the one doing the best for his side. But we'll just see bottom lane, the side of Wanzhou, they might be able to find themselves a killer. So coming through with the Vendetta, but we do apologise for this little bit of lag here. It's going to be the sun's cooking out, but ED now with this solar black hole onto the Huskar, but it is going to mean that they do get the kill onto the Huskar. And Nyx Assassin will TP up the side, but the glimpse is there to cancel it. They find themselves the Nyx Assassin as well, and whoa, all these flashy things happening on the screen, and I think we are experiencing some connection issues here.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
But hopefully...
Mine...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
with him in general, and if he gets ahead on the side of Old Boys. So if they can continue fighting it, and then, you know, you just keep him down by not letting him farm and just keep applying pressure, pushing towers, it'll eventually get to a stage where his item progression just simply won't be up to snuff. Because right now, like, having Tread's armlet at 19 minutes sounds a lot less impressive when he had his armlet, like, you know, 5-6 minutes ago.
Yeah, they've definitely been able to slow down his progression, that's for sure. And 19 minutes at the moment, 13 for 8 for the side of Old Boys. Disruptor, he's 7 up the gold as well at the moment, coming up to 1500 on himself. I mean, what do you feel he could be looking for this game? Does he need to get a 4-star because of the clock?
The 4-staff is always solid against Clock for sure. I think that would probably be my first choice. Some people like going for the Aghanim's Rush. Some people like Blink as well. Like, Blink is a bit different than 4-staff though, because you're not really looking to try to get away. You're only looking to get bonus kills, because it actually takes you farther distance than a 4-staff. And then Aghanim's is just, I'm going to tank up, I want to stop heroes from using BKB, and I want to be able to jump them without them being able to react at all. So all of them have kind of their merits, but I think Force is probably the most likely choice.
Smoke up, as we can see here from the side of Old Boys, is going to get dispelled, and they know that the TA is about. Will be able to blink away, but at the same time, DD comes in with a blink, Malefice, and the glimpse. They've caught the TA, they've trapped the TA. There's nowhere for him to run, nowhere for him to hide. And that's going to be a very nice pick off there. And the fact that the kill also goes to Joe here on the Gyrocopter, he's going to be very happy with that little bit of bonus gold.
I wonder how easily they can take Roshan right now. I think maybe with a TA dead, they could look to try to go for it, but it is still a slight risk because there is a Nyx, Huskar, Clock. Like, those heroes are very good at fighting during the early mid-game. But maybe with the BKB being finished up in a book 1 on YYF, they might look to try to take it after taking another team fight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, they're just going now, yeah,
they're going straight in. Yeah, with the old Enigma and YYF. And who has now, he was just finishing off the Necrobook on the Invoker, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Coming out to him right now. Obviously, Rocket Flare flies over. They know that they're doing it, but I mean, the side of Old Boys, they've got enough damage to do it at a pretty respectable rate, and there's not going to be anything that Wanzhou can do to contest that one. Aegis now on your gyrocopter. And well, with all the ults available, they've got Black Hole again. They could very much go for just a push here on this bottom lane and try and take another tier 2 off the side of Wanzhou.
That tier 2 tower shouldn't be much of an issue at all. Like if they TP back and they try to fight, I'm fairly certain they're going to have sentries on this push. At least they should if they're playing against the Nyx. Okay, they don't have any sentries, never mind, I lied. But still Aegis up on Zhou. And I'm pretty sure that YYF is still very tanky. Like he has 1500 health right now. Zhou is sitting at like 13.
Ooh, there's a smoke up from Tongfu, maybe looking for a bit of a cheeky wraparound. They're going to find DD first, and DDR looks for the disruption, but he's not going to find it. As DD's actually able to blink away. The Demonic Purge comes down, and now with the TA going in, he has been Maleficed, but oh, there's your Black Hole. Just done, but no, it gets cancelled by the hook shot. That's your Enigma down on the side of Old Boys. They have been caught in a static storm, and it is a killing spree for Zhou as he picks up 2 of them from the side of Wanzhou, and they're looking for more here. They want to get Xingqiu as well, and they'll almost certainly find it. The glimpse is coming through, and he does go down as well. So it's a 1-for-3 trade at the end of the day there, and a double kill going the way of the gyrocopter here, Zhou. And things suddenly starting to look pretty good for the side of Old Boys. 17-9, 22 minutes in, they are beginning to break away from Wanzhou.
The Husker is just not able to keep up. Like his farm is just too low right now. They're going to find Sayaka down here as well.
Yeah, Sayaka kind of being caught out alone here with YYF coming in. They do get both caught by a very nice Impale. And maybe that's going to actually be enough to save him. Oh no, here we go with the Blink Disruptor coming in with the Thunderstrike. He's got a glimpse and a couple of 6. No, he didn't get the Thunderstrike on him.
He didn't have the mana to use both spells. He just got Arcane booted right now by the Lesh, so he couldn't even if he wanted to. It would have been really nice if he had been able to get that kill. Maybe like using Thunderstrike and then waiting for the glimpse would have been better than dropping the field, but of course, you know, if you land the field, it's a guaranteed kill. So understandable that he wanted to go for that play. I wonder what the Gyro is going to go back for. I still think Silver Edge is amazing.
He's got a lot of money on him, yeah.
He could just go straight damage at him now if he wants, or lifesteal.
Silver Edge would certainly feel like the play if he wants to go for it, Joe.
We'll see. He's got 3,700 gold to his name.
There we go. What's he going to go for? What's he opting for? Oh, it's on the way to the secret shop. Is he going for the... No, is he...
I wish.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nah, it's just
the
MKB.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it could, but we'd hope it's the Rapier.
If they really don't care and they just YOLO.
Mid lane Xingqiu is getting caught out here and will go down. So okay, here with the Vendetta, maybe seeing if he can set something up here for the TA, and well, they'll be able to burst down the Disruptor. Max popped, and now they're going to turn to try and find the return kill. And Static Storm has been popped out. Sorry about this, the technical difficulties are proving a little bit of an issue here in these team fights, as things seem to just be thrown everywhere. As in reality, they probably are on point. I mean, so far it's a 1-for-1. They do end up finding the TA as well. So another favourable fight there for the side of Old Boys. And, oh, is he going to be able to TP away here? Yes, he will. The homing missile will not reach Saka in time. And Nyx Assassin, just under 100 gold away from his own Blink Dagger now.
That's going to be really nice for them. And, wait, what? The TA died again? Did he just get soloed by the Gyro?
No,
oh, no, it's from a long time ago.
It's from a long time ago.
Okay. Perfect world servers. Bible thumb.
Sunshine. Oh! No! He's going to go on the Shadow Demon. Joe wants to go in on this one with the BKB. There's a Glimmer Cake for the Shadow Demon. He's going to be okay. Xingqiu coming in with a hook shot. Will back himself back out. And now, well, with the Impale onto both DD and Joe, getting them both low. Joe's unstoppable, though, as he did manage to finish off the Husker. So, okay, here with the Vendetta. Does he want to go in for a little bit of a cheeky play? They don't have any sentries down today. They have not brought a gem yet for the side, have they? Nope, no kind of detection on them at the moment. They're just going to get ready to push the high ground onto the tier 3. Fortification does come out for the side of Wanzhou. There's going to be 820 as well joining the course. So the side of Old Boys are going to have the full 5-man down here. They do have the buyback coming out from Husker. There's going to be the Impale onto DD. Now the Soul Catcher won't latch onto the Enigma. It might not matter though. There's going to be a Sunstrike coming out. Doesn't catch on anyone. DD actually gets himself out. He does go down to the final hit from TA. But now TA's trapped here in the Static Storm, in the kinetic field, getting low. Is there anything she can do to save herself? No, there's not. She'll go down. Joe does lose his life, but of course he's got the Aegis. Husker trying to go out. Will finally kill Leshrak, but ends up throwing away his. Now himself and TA, they're down for a good 50 seconds without buyback. Joe, he should be able to find some more kills. He's found himself a double kill. Sayaka trying to do what he can here with the Impale. They do bring down the Gyrocopter, so it ends up being a 3-for-3 trade here. Maybe more though, because Old Boys, they're not done. YYF and Long DD, they're looking for more. They're looking for blood. It's going to be a killing spree here for the Invoker as he takes down Nyx. Nyx will buy back straight away. He wants to find the return kill with the help of Xingqiu, but there's a glimpse straight around the clockwork brings him back. It doesn't matter. They do find the kill onto YYF. Long DD caught in the tree. Maybe they can clear up here the side of Tongfu. They do. 5 heroes going down the side of Old Boys. They don't lose the tier 3, but they do expend a fair few buybacks. But base defended.
I don't know what I just watched.
No, yeah.
I think Old Boy has just decided, all right, you know what? We could take the tier 3 right now and have a much better chance of winning the game. But let's have a little bit of fun, you know? Let's try to add to the KDAs. Let's get a little bit more gold. And I think that was pretty much the end result because game is hard. Yeah, I think they just went a little bit too deep.
Sayaka.
Yeah.
I don't think. Can he go for this solo?
Not solo.
No, he needs backup.
He needs one.
He has got one on his way, TA. TA's got an Invis ring as well. This could be very nice for the side of Wanzhou. There's obviously the Leshrac around in the neighborhood. Now, here we go, Saka straight onto the Enigma, bringing him low, and now TA just comes in for the cleanup. He's probably going to look for this Leshrac as well. Well, with the hook shot from Xingqiu, this is going to set this up very nicely. The Meld Strike flying through, getting the double kill there. And, well, Old Boys, they've got to be careful what they throw away here because Wanzhou, they're lapping it up and coming back, hitting it incredibly hard.
Even a couple of pickoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a big experience in gold change. It's like 1,500, 2,500. So they do have to be a little bit careful. They can't play super reckless. It's just hilarious to me, by the way. Like, I know I'm just stopping mid-thought, but I just cannot believe for the life of me that this Clockwork is the highest net worth in the game right now. Like, Xingqiu he's a monster. Like, how does he have this much?
It's the Midas.
Yeah.
It is the Midas. We saw him doing the first game, and well, it's working out again this time. A little bit better though, because the side of Wanzhou, they might have a chance of taking this game. The cooldown will be dropped by Zhou, forcing them back here from the tier 2. And have the cold snap onto DDI. Has got that Glimmer Cape. Sayaka turning around with the Impale, but straight away the BK being popped by Zhou. Looking for the kill, but can't quite find it there with the Demonic Purge on him. He's slowed down. There's going to be a blink away from Nyx Assassin. The Sunstroke's going to be off point. No one dying here as of yet. And can they chase anyone down here? Do they have the vision for something like a glimpse? DD pops down the Midnight Force. We'll find the Malefice onto Xingqiu, but Xingqiu pops to the BKB. He wants to try and run away. Looks for a hookshot. Reaches out, but TA not there. Will be able to force staff himself out of the defensive cogs. Can they continue to chase this one, though? That's the question. They do have glimpses. They can get the vision. As he goes up to the high ground, the creeps reveal him, brings him back into a whole world of pain, and finally, Old Boys do manage to get themselves a kill out of that little engagement.
Yeah, they're going to keep an eye on Roche, but they're going to find that it's not going to be up, at least not soon. So they're going to have to find something else to do with their time. Finally, there's a BKB going to be available. Oh, no, wait.
He still needs the
He doesn't have the hammer. Okay, he just bought the recipe. I was going to say, that's a very fast BKB if he had all those items already. It's only 28 minutes in, and I still think his farm is actually very good. What is he? Like 5th highest net worth? Something like that? Yeah, it's almost 400 GPM. Not too shabby, considering how active DD's actually been in this game. He's been involved in, what, 16 kills? Not bad.
And obviously now with this push, DD he has got that black hole available. Is he going to be able to find the window of opportunity to use it? There's no buyback available on the Clockwork. Still down for 15 seconds here. What can ZX Bingo do here on the Husker? I see Sayaka vendetted up, looking for an initiation. And he's not going to be able to find it for the time being. Old Boys, they take the tier 3, and now they're going to go up to the high ground and start to chip away at the racks. No reaction so far from Wanzhou, and it looks like they're just letting it go. The stun onto Huskar holding him back, and now the fight will kick off. Zhou pops the BKB, starts to hit away on ZX Bingo. Static Storm's been dropped as well, very nicely for the side of Old Boys. It's a double kill for Zhou as he's taken down both the Nyx Assassin and the Huskar. There'll be a glimpse bringing TA close and personal with Zhou, and there's your black hole onto 2. It gets cancelled there, but it doesn't matter. It's already a double kill for Zhou again. 3 heroes down on Wanzhou. Now with the disruption, setting up the kill on DDR. It's an ultra kill for your Gyrocopter. Can he find the rampage? It's only Xingqiu. Are they going to let Zhou do it? He's heading straight for it. He's going to find the rampage. No, Xingqiu was going to set back to base. Oh, Xingqiu's. He offers it up. What a nice guy.
We lost. We'll just give him the rampage.
That was very nice of him. But
that's the manner play.
It was indeed. And Old Boys, obviously a lot rougher start than they had in the first game against the side of Wanzhou. But at the end of the day, they take it. And 30-18. A pretty nice performance once again from them. 29-minute victory.
You know what I loved about this game from Old Boys is they pick Enigma, like 3rd or 4th pick, right? And then Wanzhou, they pick up the Husker because they thought that it was going to be a Leshrac core.
Yes.
And Old Boys are just like, we don't have to jungle our Enigma. It's fine. We'll just go aggro. We'll do like Leshrac, Disruptor, Gyro, aggro lane. Didn't even really work that well, to be totally honest. If Wanzhou had played their tri-lane better, they should have had like 3 or 4 kills by the time they got their first one, because Sayaka missed two stuns.
Stuns onto
disruption.
It was a little bit off point, for the side of Wanzhou.
And then as soon as they realize they can't win the lane anymore, they're like, we're just going to move, whatever. We'll just go somewhere else. And then they take a couple of team fights. I really do think the Enigma had one of the larger impacts in the game, just as a player as well. Not just because of the hero, but DD was on point. Like that tower dive mid, he got a 2-man black hole that ended up resulting in 2 kills.
Yep.
He made the TA's life miserable, along with the Gyrocopter being played by Zhou. So, I mean, everyone played very well on Old Boys, but
It looks like the game's still going.
Yeah, it is.
So
I don't know,
there was
like he
fake
just
GG.
said something, and then he walked into the enemy team and gave him a rampage. So I'm like, that must mean, yeah, I don't know.
So 3Q means
I have no idea.
we're not. Well, maybe it means we don't actually GG. It's
Okay,
maybe
new meta.
indeed is being formed here.
I mean, maybe they're watching some more CIS Dota, because it's super common for teams to call it GG.
It is.
And then just like YOLO in.
So, maybe this is going to be the comeback now from Wanzhou. They did obviously just give a rampage to the Gyrocopter. He's fairly rich at the moment, 17,500 on it.
He's not doing bad.
There's gonna, yeah, they're playing on it at the start of Wanzhou. They want to find it, and they are going to be able to bring down Zhou. BKBs have been popped by both the TA and the Clockwork, but can they find anything more? Doesn't look like it. Old boys backing themselves up. They're up on the high ground. They do have this TA trap that caught them moving around, and there is no black hole available at the moment for DD. 44 seconds. He will be able to blink himself away from the TA, and now comes your buyback from Zhou here on the Gyrocopter. The trap spotting out long DD, and now with the right clicks, and now Huskar leaping in. Can they bring him down? They will find the disruptor, but Zhou, he's coming in to clean up. They managed to find the kills onto both the TA and the Huskar. And they want to try and find this Nyx assassin. Sayaka, he's going to have to blink here in 7 seconds. But again, the Enigma's going to have to blink in 4. Now, can he get the blink of Malefice on point? Is he going to predict the right place? Yes, he is. He finds him straight away with the help of the ranged creep and the observer was scouting him out. Nice stun, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to save this Nyx assassin. And indeed, it's not. 3 heroes down on the side of Wanzhou. And, well, it's 32 minutes in. Looks like we're continuing on with the game here. And the side of Wanzhou still feel that they have got a little bit of hope left in them against Old Boys. But Old Boys, they're going to be able to take a free roach here as well.
It's looking pretty grim, honestly, for Wanzhou. The thing is, if you had a Husker who actually had decent item progression, like maybe even had BKB, there's no way that they would be able to really deal with him in the fight normally. But because of the Exort Invoker, the fact that Zhou has had such stable item progression, like having MKB, Dominator, BKB drums at this stage in the game, the Husker has Armlet. Like that is his item that is supposed to outcarry the farm on a Gyro, not even a completed BKB. Like his items just aren't good enough. He's not going to be able to fight. And even if he did have BKB, there's still the opportunity for a black hole coming out from DD, and he's been very good with them. I think he only got 1 canceled this game so far.
Yeah,
I want to say maybe there was 2.
Yeah, there was the one in the Radiant Jungle where there was a hook shot coming in, but I mean, the side of Old Boys still managed to come out on top of the team fight.
So I honestly feel like Old Boys, they brought their A game.
Yeah, they really have this series. It's been very impressive to watch them. And now Old Boys, with the Aegis on the Gyro, they're ready to go straight down the mid lane. And, well, actually, it feels like they might need a little bit of a miracle if they want to try and stop this. There's going to be Impale coming out to Zhou, and, well, TA just mail strikes a good old...
Hey, man, he got that farm.
He did.
That's
got to get that CS here. Oh, now it's your hook shot straight onto DD. Force-starves himself out the Clockwork, pops the BKB and runs. Zhou's popped his BKB as well. A little bit interesting enough because he's got no mana, he's very low on health, and that is before his Aegis has been used.
Yeah, I was definitely in this play.
He's not going to have it now for this push. Maybe it doesn't matter why YF just leading the charge. Sayaka coming through here with the burn. Force one YF back, and just the Necro units doing a bit of damage here to the tier 3. And yeah, it looks like maybe after that, a little bit of a BKB blunder the side of Old Boys saying, we don't need to push anyway. We'll just back off for the time being and re-engage later.
I don't feel they're in any rush to end the game.
Nope. Oh, alright, they might find a cheeky Aegis pop. Does Sayaka want to do something here? Nah, he's on his own.
Oh, he has a gem. He didn't walk uphill. What? Did he not see him? That was really weird. Because the Gyro was on high ground, right? And long did he picked up the invis, but I guess he must have went low ground just as he was walking by with the gem. That is very unfortunate. Would have been an easy kill.
Oh, can they go for something here? They put down the lightning storm, and no, long DD doesn't seem to want to help out the Lesh here.
He's waiting.
Waiting for him to die by the looks of it. It says, well, you made that mistake, but maybe it's all just a part of the grander plan.
Oh.
DD and YF wrapping around here. DD will drop down the Demonic Purge here onto the Invoker. There's a Thunder Strike onto... Oh, there's your Black... Oh, but the hookshot straight away will cancel it. Now, can the side of Old Boys still come out on top of this engagement? There's been a Static Storm and Kinetic Field dropped onto the tier, but she's popped her BKB. They're looking for the Enigma. He pops himself the mech. DD trying desperately to get himself out of this situation. It doesn't matter. He goes down, and, well, after that, Wanzhou coming out on top, taking down the Invoker, the Enigma, and the Leshrac. Maybe this is the beginning of a comeback, Andy.
Zhou wasn't even in the area.
Look at that much got. Yeah.
The thing is
it's a 5k in terms of gold and reaching 7,000 in terms of XP. That's a massive swing.
Well, they're definitely doing a good job of coming back into the game. There's no doubt about that. But I'm just like, the communication from Old Boys just did not seem to be there because I thought at first he saw the Nyx with the gem, right, and he was waiting for the Nyx to go on the other hero so he could actually use his spells. But then he just let him die because maybe he thought his team was too far away. And the Gyro's not even in the area, he just bails. That was really awkward.
Well, they trap the Huskar, and Show's going to come in with the right clicks. ZX Bingo's got to be careful here with his armlet toggling. With a glimpse on him as well. This Huskar could be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to jump forward onto the Jar, but the Jar just pots the BKB, kills him instantly. And YGO have to get themselves out. Oh, Sayaka maybe contemplating whether they can go back in, but they haven't got the Huskar. They've got this gem, of course. And yeah, Nyx realizes.
He has glimpse soon, right?
He does indeed in 1 second. This Nyx assassin isn't in the best of places now. Kinetic field's dropped as well. And with the damage from Joe and 820, they'll easily be able to disperse of the Nyx assassin. So, I don't know. One show they keep trying to come back here, but the old boys end up kind of just shooting them down again.
A Disruptor is such a good hero when the enemy team is just trying to run away or being elusive in general. You just get like free bonus kills. So, for instance, I think both of those kills were only because of glimpse. Like the Huskar got glimpse back into the front of the base, and then the Nyx got glimpse back to high ground towards the secret shop. And like that kind of thing can definitely win you a game. Nice blink there. Refraction didn't get broken by the rocket barrage fast enough, so his blink didn't go on cooldown.
Indeed. Well, Clock's now got his Agnims on the side of one shot, so it's going to be that little bit harder for Enigma to find that window of opportunity to get that black hole out. So, as you know, 36, 37 minutes in, the swing has begun on the grass. Maybe, yes, maybe, Wanzhou can bring this one back after a little bit of a cheap fake GG that did come out earlier on when it didn't look too.
Well, we don't know if it was a GG because I don't speak Chinese.
That is true. Hook shot straight away onto Zhou. It's not going to be looking for any kind of follow-up Zinky. Just forcing himself out. They will lose this tier 2 here on the top lane now, so their tier 3s are now exposed on all lanes of the base. Now let's see if old boys want to go for it now. How long till black hole? 25 seconds until we've got them unavailable. Interesting enough, Enigma just under 400 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter as well.
It's crazy good. Like the damage output that you get. Yeah. If for whatever reason you're able to get a Midnight Pulse down on top of the black hole with Aghanims,
that's a lot.
The amount of damage is insane. You do like 40% pure damage of the hero's health just by channeling the ability. Or no, I think it's like closer to 50 or something like that.
And of course the fact of being pure pretty much screws over a Huskar.
Yep.
And here we go, they're going to try and kick off a fight here. Zhou putting down the cooldown, just heading straight for the tier 3 here, ready to do some structural damage. The flat cannon shots just forcing Huskar right the hell back out of this fight. And the Necrene, oh, there's going to be a hook shot for Zincu looking for the Invoker, but Invoker's able to force himself out. Now TA trying to look for a cleanup with these Maldits. Oh, the side blades, they're beautiful. Double kill here for the TA with the Maldit. It's going to be enough damage, but 920 it's not. He's able to TP out. YYF gets out as well, but the hook shot follow-up onto DD. They're looking for more. In comes the TA. The BKB is not going to help you against this physical damage. Triple kill for the TA. And
okay, so that TA is rich now.
Very rich.
I don't understand what's happening anymore. Like, he can just buy an entire Desolator if he wants. He already has BKB, so I'm guessing he is going Deso. And once he gets Deso, he still has a lot of money. So an entire Desolator is only, what, 3,500 gold?
Yep.
So 2 Mithril Hammers in the recipe?
That's correct.
I don't know, man. It's like, that's scary, because he can just get a crit after that. His damage output's insane. The Gyro doesn't have Butterfly, so the TA is not even forced to make BKB, which means that, oh, he has the whole Deso in addition to 4,100 gold. Never mind. So he doesn't even have to buy it, which means that he is on his way to even getting a Daedalus on top of what he already has.
This guy's getting a bit scary.
So the thing about Gyro is that he's actually very bad and high single target damage when other heroes have BKBs. So, like, TA, for example, is one of the best physical damage bursting heroes in Dota, like, hands down. And he also has BKB. So when they both BKB, the TA just kills him instantly.
Ooh, TA wants to go straight in here onto the Leshrac, who pops the BKB, and again the damage is just too much from this Templar Assassin. Yeah, oh, look at this, one hit onto the Disrupt, and Disrupt just had to back out. Drops down the Static Storm. BKB will be forced out of this TA. But they still don't have the Gyro here for 10 seconds, and well, they might lose more on the side of old boys. Sayaka trying to find the kill, and now where's the Sideblades? There's the Sideblades. They find one, they find two.
Oh,
this was not the black hole he was looking for. And the Sunstrike, oh no, the blink is there from Sayaka. He TPs himself out. Will he be able to get himself away? Yes, there's no Midnight Pulse there to break the trees. He gets out. But one shot, they're certainly hitting back very, very hard. And I mean, if we have a look at the graphs now at the moment, what kind of swing are we seeing? It's, yeah, back to zero.
Dear God.
This was quite a bit of a swing.
I don't understand what it is with our luck in games today, but we always seem to cast like the clowniest things ever. Like one game that took like 2 hours and ended up in a base race. Then we cast the last game, which was like the weirdest draft I've ever seen into the weirdest laning phase.
I think Q finding YYF, but DD is going to be there. He's just going to head to the jungle, and now he turns his attention towards the clock, where he probably doesn't want to fight this. He has got, he's got backup in the form of Zhou. In fact, on the Gyrocopter, Zinky popping the BKB. He's got a hook shot straight towards the Gyro. And now Huskar's coming in as well. Huskar jumping onto Zhou, and now the damage from this Huskar is pretty ridiculous with the help of that good old Templar Assassin. Wicked 6th Street for TA, and now they're going to look for more. Blinking for, but they can't quite get him. He's able to blink himself away before they can touch him. That's actually completed Daedalus now on Templar Assassin.
This is painful. Like, the amount of damage that he's going to be able to do during this team fight is insane.
Look how low, he just doesn't care going in with these side blade hits. Oh, he does throw away his life there. He's down for 95 seconds, does have the buyback available. Sayaka here with the stun on to long DD, getting 4-staffed in though. He'll lose his life as well. There's been a buyback from the TA trying to get himself re-involved in the fight. TP'd out to the tier 2. He's going to have a fairly long walk to join the rest of his team, and the rest of his team, they're kind of a little bit dead. They've lost the Huskar, the Nyx, and the Clockwork. I mean, yeah, and the TA realizes, okay, yeah, we don't want to continue with that fight. Does back off, but you're clowny indeed. I mean, this is a game that, what, about 10 minutes ago, the Gyro got an ultra kill in the base. Clockwork just walked out, gave him a free rampage. Said GG, which apparently obviously doesn't mean GG in the same terms that me and you see it, and the game continued. Indeed, yeah, there's a lot of other stuff.
I think they're just having a little bit of fun.
I think
it's
so.
just like, yeah,
I'd like to do that.
We'll clown around a bit, you know. But buyback's being forced out here from Old Boy, so that's good. Making sure the Husker and the Clock can't do it again.
TA, does he want to go for this?
Roshan's up, right?
Roshan is indeed
Oh no, he's not. That was
soon.
a TA trap. I got tricked. So my game has been like totally lagged down. I've just been watching the preview screen most of the time, but I got tricked by a trap.
A minute into that Sub-Geo, now working towards finishing off that Butterfly. And I don't know, they've got every chance to take this game now. With how big this TA is, she's top of the network, 19,500 ahead of this Gyro, which notably there was a period when he was 6,000 net worth ahead of the Templar Assassin. There's been so much of a swing. It's been pretty ridiculous.
It's kind of funny that he's died 11 times. Like, you wouldn't think about that, right? Like, the amount of farm and impact that he's had in the game, you don't actually think about how many times he's died. But really, the only thing that matters in the late game is living through the engagements. Like, that's where the majority of the money comes from and the experience. So he's level 25 at 42 minutes, and he has, like, 5 items on top of that. So Roshan has indeed now spawned, and the trap is there. So Wanzhou are fully aware of what's going down on the map, and there's a smoke here from Old Boys. I'm assuming they're on the same page. You know Roshan's up. I don't know if they're trying to bait or go all the way around for the Roshan pit, but if they are going to Rosh, it's going to have to be quick, because if that TA gets there, it's going to die, but looks like they're going to catch him.
Oh, indeed, with this hate screen, allowing DD to get himself in position. Wants the BKB in straight away with the solo black hole onto the TA. They want to kill him, but the disruption saving him from so much damage. He's still caught in the static storm, and it looks like it doesn't matter. They do kill him. He's down for 120 seconds, and indeed, the acronyms pick up from the disruptor, enabling them to get that kill. They've also picked up the Nyx Assassin, Zinq trying to come in on the Clockwork, and now with the Huskar, can they find anyone? No, Zhou with a lifesteal. Is he going to live through this? No, he does go down, but it doesn't matter. They've already taken down 3, and now with a glimpse on the Zinq, they should be able to find him as well. This looks like it may be the end of the game. He does get a little hook shot off, but it doesn't matter. 4 heroes down on Wanzhou. No one with buybacks available. And I think, as you said, in that fight, the fact that the Disruptor had the acronyms there to control the TA, and, you know, obviously disabling her from any chance of getting off that BKB. Now this looks like it should be the end of the game, Andy.
I do feel like they should at least get another set of racks here. They're going to find the DR. Oh, Glimmer. No, he's still dead.
He's going to disrupt himself for a little bit. Yeah,
did they dive the well again? Ghost Scepter?
It doesn't look like they need to here. He's going to...
He's lasting so long, actually. He just bought so much time.
Oh, he bought back as well. He means business, this Shadow Demon. He's not happy with the fact that Old Boys are looking to take the second set of racks. Fortification will come out from Wanzhou, and they've got the Nyx Assassin back up in 12 seconds. So that's something. There might not be much left of the base to defend, as that's the second set of racks gone. And looks like Old Boy, there's not going to be any messing around this time. They're just going to look for mega creeps, and with that, we probably expect to see the game coming to an end after a little bit of a potential comeback from Wanzhou, but at the end they just kind of threw it away in that engagement at the mid lane.
Well, that's... Oh, wow. Blinked for it from Sayaka.
Okay. He's trying to cause some issues here, and, well, DD just pops his BKB and hits the Rex. There's going to be a glimpse onto this Nyx Assassin, and, well, with the right clicks here from all these Necronians and Forged Spirits, there's not a lot you can do. Huskar will try and clean up, well, try and find something in return for what they've lost here on the side of Wanzhou. Well, A20 is just going to TP out. There's going to be the Disruption to cancel the TP on this Leshrac, and it looks like he will be the sacrificial lamb for the side of Old Boys. He does go down. And Zinq, they're looking for a hook shot. It's just going to be forward onto the Kree wave. Just popping his BKB here just to clear up these Necro units. It's, yeah, this is clowny to say the least, Andy.
It was exciting, though. I mean, there was a decent amount of fighting in this game, yeah.
There was a lot of potential for
I gotta say, even though Wanzhou are likely to lose, Zinq played a sick game. Like,
he did.
That guy played Clockwork twice in a row, and I was very impressed with his overall performance. Like, he was always on point with his hooks. I think he only missed like 1 or 2. And those hook shots were difficult to land, like going uphill into fog and stuff like that, so it's very easy to juke them. But overall, like, his choice of Midas, I might be sold on the Midas Clockwork.
I was going to say it's worked out, well, obviously not as nicely in either game because he's probably going to lose.
Yeah, but it's not
his
on
individual
him.
performance,
Yeah, it's not on
has
him
been
for buying the Midas. Like, I almost assuredly would think that no matter what he bought,
Yeah.
the game would have been difficult for
Oh,
him.
yeah, of course, yeah.
I think the Husker pick ended up being the Achilles heel of the team because they picked it in a very set circumstance, assuming that Leshrac was going to be a core, and it wasn't. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, we denied the Aegis of the Immortal after killing Roshan. Call the GG.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
standard
nice though. Look, 76, viewers getting
Every
getting
game I
presents.
cast is
Everyone's
like
getting
this.
rewards.
I don't know. It's weird.
So, all very nicely done at the end of the day. A little bit longer, but we did see the potential for Wanzhou to get a little bit of a comeback. They did swing the entire kind of advantage
It was
back
like
to
12
0.
or 13,000, right? Golden.
But then it
Experience.
was just lost entirely again in one kind of bad fight. That
No buybacks.
no buybacks, and well.